Good morning, students. Our today's topic in mathematics O levels is the graphs of the linear equations. So this is very important topic from which a question is must always come in every year, in every session of your papers. The points to remember, the concepts to remember and learn in this topic are: graphs of the linear equation are straight lines. So this is the first point. Remember always, if there are linear equations whose graph is required to be made, that will be always straight lines. And steps to draw the graph of the linear equation are: first step will be construct a table of the values of x and y. You will need the coordinates of the 3 points. A straight line graph can be drawn using only 2 points, but the third point is needed to check either your line is straight one or not. This is the reason for the third point. Otherwise, the straight line can be made with the help of the 2 points. But remember, you people will always make 3 points in your table. Second point, choose a suitable scale. The scale used on the x-axis does not have to be same as the y-axis. So scale may be same and may not be same as well, depending on the conditions. The scale chosen should allow for the largest possible graph to be drawn. So whatever the size of the paper you have, so make the graph on the whole paper. The bigger the graph, the more accurate will be the results obtained from it. Plot the points on the graph paper and draw a straight line through all the points. And the last step is label your graph with the equation of the line. So now here is a question. Draw the graph of y is equal to 2x minus 1, and from your graph find these things. So for drawing the graph, the steps will be: first we will make a table of the values of at least 3 values. Second step will be we will make a suitable scale on x-axis and y-axis. The third step will be we will plot the values from the table on the graph paper. And final step will be these points will be joined with the help of the scale to make a straight line. And finally, label the graph with the equation of the line, that is this line. So we will label the straight line y is equal to 2x minus 1. And when this all done, we will find these values. So here is the solution of the question. First, we will construct a table of the values for the equation y is equal to 2x minus 1. We will take at least 3 values. So we are taking minus 2, 0 and 2. These are the x values. So we will put these values one by one into the equation. So when we will put minus 2 in place of x, so 2 into minus 2, minus 4. Minus 1 will make minus 5. So y will be minus 5. When we will put 0 in place of x, so 2 into 0 will be 0, minus 1 will be equal to y, so minus y, 1 is the value. And when we will put 2 in place of x, so 2 2s are 4, minus 1 will make 3. So this is the table. Second step will be to make a scale. Because the range of the values of y are greater than the range of the values of x, so we are making this scale. X-axis is 2 centimeter to 1 unit and y-axis is 1 centimeter to 1 unit. And now we will plot these values on the graph paper. So look now. So here is the graph paper. So these points are plotted here now. and these points will be joined with the help of the scale. So this is the straight line. And finally, we will label the graph. Equation was y is equal to 2x minus 1. So this is the label of the graph. And finally, we will find the values that were required in the equation. So from the graph, you can clearly see when x is minus 1.4, the corresponding value of the y will be minus 3.8, or when y is minus 3.8, the corresponding value of the x will be minus 1.4. The simple way to this is first find the point that is minus 1.4, plot it. With the help of the scale, draw a straight line joining the graph, and from there draw a line to the y-axis. That will be the corresponding value. Likewise, if x is 1.5, corresponding value of the y will be 2. Likewise, if y is 3.2, the corresponding value of the x will be 2.1. So this is the simple way which you have done in class 7, 8, 6. So these are very simple things. The original thing was to draw the graph. The next point to remember is the graph of a horizontal line passing through the point 0C and parallel to x-axis is of the form y is equal to c. And this will be the shape of the graph. The graph passing through the point 0C will be of the form y is equal to c. And here is the example. The graphs of y is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 1 are shown below. These will be these horizontal lines parallel to x-axis. Y is equal to 2 will pass through the point 0,2, and y is equal to minus 1 graph will pass through the point 0, minus 1. So these kind of graphs will be straight lines parallel to x-axis. The gradient of the graph of the form y is equal to c is 0. The totally opposite of the previous graph is of this form. The graph of a vertical line passing through the point A0 and parallel to y-axis is of the form x is equal to a. And this will be the shape of the graph. The graph passing through the point A0 will be parallel to y-axis and will be of the form x is equal to a. And here are some examples. The graphs of x is equal to 3 and x is equal to minus 2 are shown below. So x is equal to 3. This is the graph that is passing through 3, 0 point and will be parallel to y-axis. Likewise, x is equal to minus 2 will be the graph that will pass through minus 2, 0 point and parallel to y-axis. The gradient of these kinds of the graphs will be undefined. Next point to remember in this topic is the graph of a straight line passing through the origin 0, 0 and with gradient m is of the form y is equal to mx, where m is a constant value. And if m is greater than 1, the shape of the graph will be this one. And if m is lesser than 0, m is greater than 0, shape will be like this. And if m is lesser than 0, shape of the graph will be like this. If the gradient m is positive, the line slopes upward to the right. If the gradient m is negative, the line slopes upward to the left. The bigger the numerical value of m, the steeper the line. This is very important point. Look now. The greater the value of m, look now. For example, y is equal to 3x. The value of m is 3. Look at the steepness of the graph. If the value is now lesser, that is 2. So if the graph is y is equal to 2x, the m's value is 2. Less steepness is there. Further less, if y is equal to x, so value of m will be 1 now. Steepness becomes even less. And if the graph is of y is equal to 1 by 2x, the value of m is now 1 by 2. The steepness is even becoming lesser. The same is true for the other type of the graph in which m is negative. The graph will move from left to right upward. For example, if the graph is y is equal to minus 3x, the value of m is minus 3. Look at the steepness of the graph. Then minus 2, steepness becomes lesser. Minus 1, even lesser. Minus 1 by 2, more lesser. So this is the concept. M is positive, the line slopes upward to the right. M is negative, the line slopes upward to the left. The graph of the straight line that cuts the y-axis at the point 0c and has a gradient m is of the form. So y is equal to mx plus c. The graph cuts the y-axis and has the gradient m. So graph will be of the form. And if the graph passes through the origin and has gradient m, graph will be of this form. Okay, when the value of m remains the same with c taking on different values, the graphs are parallel lines cutting the y-axis at the point 0c. So this is the thing. If m remains the same, it means gradient remains the same, but c's values are different. For example, c's value in this graph is 5, here 2, here 1, here is 0, and here minus 2. The lines will be parallel to each other because gradient are same. M is constant value of 1 by 2, while C takes on different values. Okay, here is another question. Draw the graphs of each of the following equations on the same axis. X plus 2 is equal to 0, y is equal to 1 by 2x minus 1, and 2y plus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. And the second requirement is find the area of the triangle bounded by these three lines. So the method to draw this kind of the question is, we will solve all these three equations separately. We will make a table of the values for first part, then of second part, then of the third part. We will take a scale on the x-axis and y-axis, draw the values of all three parts on the same graph paper, join the points with the help of the scale, and label the graphs with these equations. And finally, you will see after making the graph that will become a triangle. So the requirement is find the area of the triangle bounded by these three lines. So in first part, the equation is x plus 2 is equal to 0. So from here, x will be equal to minus 2. That will be a vertical straight line parallel to y-axis. So draw a vertical line parallel to y-axis passing through the point minus 2, 0. And we will make the table of the values for the other two graphs. We will take at least 3 values. So these are the table of the values. And after that, these graphs will be drawn on the same graph paper like this. So look now, this is the scale which is taken. X-axis is equal to 1 centimeter to 1 unit. Y-axis is 1 centimeter to 1 unit. So these values are now plotted. And look now, this is a triangle. And the requirement in the second part of the question was to find the area of the triangle bounded by these three lines. So the area of the triangle formula is 1 by 2 into base into height. So if this line is taken as the base, look now, from here to here, the distance is from -2 to 6. So distance is 8. So it means base is 8 units. And height is from this to this, perpendicular height. So -2 to 2, height is 4. So 1 by 2 into 8 into 4 will be the answer. Look, 1 by 2 into 8 into 4. Solve it. 16 square units is the answer. This is the sketch. Here is another very important question which frequently come in the paper number 1 of mathematics O levels. And the question is, state whether the points lie on the given lines. And this is a point and a line is given. To solve this kind of question, to check whether the points are lying on the line or not, just put these coordinates of the values into the line. X coordinate is 4, so we will put 4 in place of x, and y coordinate is 5, so we will put 5 in place of y. If the two sides satisfies each other, satisfy stands for these two sides becomes equal to each other, then the point will lie on the line. So look now, when this 4 point is 4 value is placed in place of x, so 2 4s are 8, minus 3 will become 5, so 5 is equal to 5. So it means this point is satisfying the satisfying the line. So this is lying on the line. This is the second part. X coordinate will be placed in place of x, so these 2 will be cancelled, 1 will remain here, so 9 minus 1 will be 8, and 7 value will be placed here, so 7 is not equal to 8. So it means this point is not lying on the line because two sides are not satisfying each other. The point does not lie on the line. And the third part is, a point is given in which some unknown values are there, is a solution of this, find the value of a. So the method is simple. Put x coordinate in place of x and y coordinate in place of y, solve the equation, and you will get the answer like this. Look now, x coordinate will be placed in place of x and y coordinate will be placed in place of y. So a plus 9 will be equal to 3a plus 5. Okay, this a will go to the right side and 3a minus a will become 2a and 5 will become to the left side. So 9 minus 5 will be equal to 4, and from here a will be equal to 2. The statement of the question is, complete the table, then plot the coordinates and draw the graph of each of the equations on the axis. So method will be same for these parts, only values are different and equation is different. So the method is, put minus 2 in place of x, so minus 2 plus 2 will be equal to 0. When we will put 0, y will be 2, and when x is 2, y will be 4. Okay, table is complete now. Then plot the coordinates. Now the coordinates are minus 2, 0. So this is minus 2, 0. This is the first point. The next point is 0, 2. So this is 0 and this is 2. This is the second point. And the next point is 2, 4. Here is 2 and here is 4. So this is the third point. And now the last requirement is draw the graph. So now we will join these points with the help of scale. So with the help of scale, this is the straight line drawn. And the final step will be label the graph. So this is the equation. So y is equal to x plus 2. So this is the label of the graph. The statement of the question is write down the equations of the following lines. So this line is parallel to y-axis. So equation of the line will be x is equal to 3. This line is parallel to x-axis. So equation of the line will be y is equal to minus 4. And this line is parallel to y-axis. So equation of the line will be x is equal to minus 2. The statement of the question is sketch the graph of y is equal to mx plus c where m is greater than 0 and c is greater than 0. So c is actually the y coordinate. So c is greater than 0. Let's suppose this is the c point, and greater than 0 stands for the graph will move from left to right upward. So this will be the sketch of the graph. You have to draw the line with the help of scale. Okay, in B part, m is negative, so graph will go upward from right to left, and c is less than 0. So this will be the point almost. So this will be the graph. Okay, in C part, m is equal to 0 and c is greater than 0. So m is equal to 0 stands for the graph will pass through the origin. C is greater than 0. So in C part, m is equal to 0. It means the line will be horizontal to x-axis, and c is greater than 0 stands for, let's suppose this is the point, and gradient is 0. The line will be parallel to x-axis, and m is less than 1. So the line will pass, will move upward from right to left. C is equal to 0, so c will be here. So line will pass through the origin. So this will be the graph. The statement of the question is on the axis below, draw the graphs of the lines y is equal to 0, x is equal to 6, and y is equal to minus x plus 1. So for this we are making a table. X is 0, 1, 2, putting 0 here, y will be 1, 1 here, y will be 0, 2 here, y will be minus 1. So now we are going to draw the lines. Y is equal to 0. So actually x-axis will be the line. This is the line which is actually y is equal to 0, because at x-axis, at everywhere, y is equal to 0. The second line is x is equal to 6. X is equal to 6 will be the line parallel to y-axis. So this is the line x is equal to 6. This is the line y is equal to 0. And finally, these points will be drawn 0, 1. So this is 0, 1. Next, then 1, 0. This is 1, 0. And last is 2, minus 1. And here is 2, minus 1. Now join these points with the help of scale. So this is the line. Label this line. This is y is equal to minus x plus 1. Okay. First part is done. Second part, calculate the numerical value of the area of the triangle bounded by the lines. Okay, this is the triangle and this is the right angle. And you can see from here, if this is base is 1 to 6. So 1 by 2 into 1 to 6 stands for 5 units. And height will be from here to here. Okay, from 0 to -5 point something. Okay, so 25/2 will be 12.5 units square. This is the almost area of the triangle. For example, we are doing question number 11. Statement is given the equation x plus 3y is equal to 6. Complete the table below. Okay, when x is -3 will go to the right side, that will make 9, then 3 will divide and this will be 3. When put 0, y will be 2, and when put 3, so 3 by 3 will be 1. So this is the table complete. First part is done. Second part is draw the graph of this. So now we are plotting these points on the graph paper. First point is -3, 3. So look now. For example, this is the graph paper. So -3 and 3. This is the point. Second point is 0, 2. So 0, 2. This is the second point. And the last point is 3, 1. So here is 3, 1. So now we will join these points. 1, 2, and 3 points. Okay. So these are the points which are going to be joined with the help of the scale. Okay. The next thing required in the question is the value of y when x 2.4. Okay. So from the graph, x 2.4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it means 0.2 will be there. So 2.4, 1 and 2. So this will be 2.4. From here, touch your graph with the help of the scale. And from here, find the value of y. That will be 1.2. So this is the answer, 1.2. Second part is the value of x when y 2.7. So do it yourself now. This is the same thing. The statement of question number 18 is, in each of the following state whether the ordered pair is a solution of the equation. So when this kind of question is given, an equation and a point is given, and the requirement is either the point is a solution of the equation or not, just put the point into the equation. If the left hand side becomes equal to the right hand side, that will be the solution of the equation, otherwise not. So x coordinate will be placed in place of x coordinate and y coordinate will be placed in place of y. This 7 remain as it is. Now we will solve and check either the left side will be equal to right side or not. So -1 minus minus plus, 2 fours are 8 is equal to 7, minus 1 plus 8 is equal to 7 is equal to 7. So left side is equal to right side, so this is the solution, yes, of the equation. This part is same, just put the x coordinate in place of x and y in place of y and check either the x side left side is equal to the right side. If yes, that will be the solution. If left side is not equal to the right side, that will not be the solution. The statement of question number 23 is the equation of the straight line L is 3 by 4x plus 4y is equal to minus 11 if the point 2 h plus 1 lies on the line. Find the value of the h. So the point is on the line, so definitely this point will satisfy this equation. So put x coordinate in place of x and y coordinate in place of y, because this point is lying on the line. So the solution will be 3 by 4 into x is 2 plus 4 into y is h plus 1 equal to minus 11. So we have put this point into the equation. Now solve it. 2 2s are 4, so this will be 3 by 2 plus 4h plus 4 is equal to minus 11. This 4h will remain here and shift all the values on the right side. Minus 11 is already there. This plus 4 will be minus 4 and this 1.5 will be minus 1.5. So minus 15 minus 16.5 is equal to 4h and h will be equal to minus 16.5 divided by 4. Just solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer.